It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Join me for part 2 with Bruce Lee collector Andy Bovell as we learn about how Bruce Lee influenced his life, the rare Bruce Lee collectibles he picked up along the way, and how Bruce Lee continues to be a guide and inspiration in his life.
And I would say, hit me. Ooh. And when they go to punch, as soon as they throw the punch, my arms like this, I would go.
Oh!
And block and hit to the side. But I never hit them.
Of course.
I would stop.
Of course.
And they would say, you're fast. And I said,
wow.
He said, how did you get so fast? And I said, Bruce Lee.
The little dragon.
You really love Bruce Lee.
Now, what rare items do you have? Now, let's see what Andy got.
Yeah. This is what they would say to me. I will give you something very special of Bruce Lee if you have something of Bruce Lee on your person.
Oh, wow.
Anything.
They would ask you?
They would tell me, I will give you something very special.
They would say, right.
If you have something on Bruce Lee on your person right now. Since you love Bruce Lee so much. And I would go, oh, excellent. I would go
I just happen to have something.
I happen to have a bust.
No,
Andy was the man, I'll tell you.
I just have a Foshan statue.
Yeah, what?
I go in and I brought out the Tao of Jeet Kune Do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then I would go into my wallet and I take out a baseball card. Then on the inside of my jacket, I would unpin Bruce Lee button. Then I would go, Bruce Lee.
So Andy, you came prepared.
Always. Because from observing, I learned a lot about the Asian culture. It's just like when a non-Asian person speaks fluent Chinese.
Correct. It's impressive.
Yeah, it is
They
impressive.
open to you, right? So that's what I would do, and I would get a lot of pieces. What I would do after that, when they gave me something very rare and special on Bruce, the next time I visit, I would bring them something that they did not expect.
That's awesome. That's
Not Bruce Lee related.
Uh-huh.
I would find something very special, a special meaning to Chinese people.
beautiful.
Nice, man. So what did they ever bring out anything from behind there that was really different than what you saw?
There are things I've given away that I wish I had so you can see.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
But one of the things that was given to me once is I had a large Game of Death statue, like this, of Bruce when he's bending the stick.
Oh.
And he has a smirk on
The
his
bamboo
face.
stick,
The
right?
bamboo.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. There's a picture of it. They have an actual picture of him posed.
Yeah,
like
where
that.
he's holding
Yes.
the stick.
I
Yeah.
had that. That was given to me by a gentleman from Bakleta.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, my. What happened to it
I gave it away over the years.
over the years?
I gave away, just like when I was showing you the album, all those painted things I gave them
You
away.
gave them?
Over the years I gave away.
You know, it's funny you say that because, you know, we're getting at the age now when I speak to a lot of collectors on the channel and they're wondering, well, now that they're approaching their 60s, what they're going to do with their collection, you know, as they get older and if they ever happen to pass away. Because, you know, once you get to your 60s, 70s, you start thinking, what am I going to do with my whole collection? And they're all asking each other on Facebook, you know, what do you plan on doing with yours, right? And you're a very... You did some interesting things with yours that kind of shocked me because you moved recently, right?
Yes.
And you, over the years, I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Bruce Lee items that you've had in your collection, just from the videos alone that we made on you, from every figure and magazine and books and posters. And when I asked you recently, you know, where do you keep all that stuff? Why don't you explain to the guys what you ended up doing and why you felt you needed to release some at this point?
Yes, well, I'd say, let's just go with figures. Over the last...
10 years maybe?
No, over the last 24 years.
24 years.
I had accumulated 235 Bruce Lee figures.
Oh, man.
I had figures from Singapore, Malaysia, China, Japan, France, England, America, of course. Figures that was personally made by someone who made figures.
Custom made.
Custom made.
Right.
It's, for instance, like the figure that I have with the mirror. That particular one, John Wright made for me.
Oh, I remember that when that came out. Yeah, John Wright.
The one it's in the room.
Yeah, yep. We'll take a look at it later.
The Dragon one, yeah. John Wright did that for me because that base was like specially customized with 3 mirrors.
That's a great.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna do.
kept that because
Yep.
when he was doing it, there was a lot of delay, so me and him could come to Spine and True Letter, and I kept one of his letters to me regarding the figure that he was making.
Cool.
But like I said, over the years, I had a lot of figures. Then I would meet collectors who they didn't have figures. You know, they grew up collecting books, and you'd be surprised how many people did not know figures exist. I even meet people now who visit my home. Sometimes it's a Con Ed guy. Sometimes it's somebody from the cable company come to do some work.
Yeah.
And they walk in and they see the Fushan.
I love that. Yeah.
And then you find out they're a Bruce Lee fan.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And their mind is blown. And they
know.
go, they made Bruce Lee figures?
Yeah.
And when they see the Enter Bay, they have no idea.
Yeah.
So when I see that stuff, it touches me.
Yeah.
Okay? So over the years, I gave figures to different collectors, not because I did not like it, was because the love that they exuded for Bruce.
That's beautiful, man.
I wanted to share Bruce with them. It's like having a book. If you have a book, it could be the best book. If you put it on the shelf and it sits there, it loses its value, right? Because the value is in the pages.
Yeah.
So this is how I look at figures. If I got 225 figures, it's great, they look fantastic. But if this guy loved Bruce Lee as much as I do, and he don't have one, now I'm gonna sit here with pride and say, well, anytime you want to see mine, you could come to my house. No, I'm not that way. Sharing, I'm all about sharing. I find like this, man, I get blessings in all kinds of ways. Blessings come at me constantly. I have a collection in the room. The majority of things you see in there, 80% are gifts given to me by people.
Which, by the way, guys, we're gonna do a room tour.
We gotta go in there.
And collectibles tour at the end of this interview, so you'll see what he's talking about.
Including coworkers.
Yeah.
So I gave away a lot of stuff, but I had a lot of books, posters. I gave away more stuff than I can tell you.
Yeah.
But when my mom passed away
May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
in April,
May she rest in peace, my brother. Amen.
when my mom passed away in April,
Amen.
I could not be at the house anymore. I had to move because it affected me in ways that So I made a decision. I sat and I saw all this Bruce Lee stuff. Unfortunately, the majority of my Bruce Lee collector friends, they have moved. They have left New York. They've gone to faraway places. So they're not accessible to me. So I decided to leave the house, which was a 2-family that had a lot of space, and I had 2 rooms filled with Bruce Lee. And I sat one night and I looked at all the stuff and I said, you know, it's time for me to make a change. And I just wanted to get out. My emotions was messed up, but I don't regret any decisions I made. So I sat down and I collected all the things that meant the most to me. And I started to box them up. I left 80% of my stuff. Posters, books, figures, games, you name it.
VHS, DVDs, all your martial arts
DVDs,
movies, everything.
Everything. I had 1,500 martial arts movies, DVD. No copies. I gave that to a collector that loved martial arts movies.
Wow.
Then I invited people over to come and take what they want.
Wow.
And the first thing people didn't just come and grab stuff. the number one concern was, are you okay?
Yeah. Are you sure
Is
you want to
something
part with
going
this?
on
That's what's
with
important.
you? Is your health okay?
That's a true friend.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm okay. I made the best decision for me, and I have no regrets. So 80% of the stuff I had, I left. Stuff was given away. I brought what I could
So you told me
by myself.
Yeah, you told me that guys who were interested in books
Yes.
and magazines, you gave them those
Exactly.
portion. Those
I give
interested in
specific people specific
specific
things.
items that meant a lot
Because
to
over
them.
the years, when I'm friends with a person, I pay attention to the things you do. Because that's how I look. When I talk about a friend, I can sit and talk about a friend, and if they're sitting listening in another room, they will say, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I pay attention to people. So
Wow.
everyone that was given a particular thing, it was based on their love.
Right.
What I saw, not from what they tell me,
Gotcha.
what I saw over the years. So figures was given to specific people, posts to specific people, books to specific, inside Kung Fu to specific.
Correct.
According to taste.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you
Bruce Lee photo
Yeah.
books to specific people. Bruce Lee toys to specific people. Like this gentleman here, Pedro, the one next to me.
Yeah.
He loves action figures.
Uh-huh.
So everything that was an action figure Bruce Lee went to
him.
because he takes care of it so meticulous.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, at least
Here.
you know they're in good homes now. You gave
Yes.
it to the right people.
Yes.
And that makes a big difference in
Yes.
the collectors' minds. When they part with something, they go, I know it's going to a good home, and it
A good
makes
home.
you feel good.
Remember-
Whenever you want to see it, you just
Yeah,
go
you
there.
know it's there.
Remember the first time you met me?
Yes.
And I brought you the box with figures?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's
You
cool.
said to me, you know you can put this on eBay. What did I tell you? I do not sell Bruce Lee.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he
I
told me
don't.
that.
I don't sell Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I came to Andy a couple of years back, and I wanted him to paint.
If a day came and I feel I no longer need to have the Fushans, I would not sell them. I would give them to somebody that's worthy
Yeah.
of having them.
Yeah.
And you see, the way I deal with a person's worthiness, it's not based on how you take care of your Bruce Lee stuff. The way I determine who should get something and who I give things to is I look at how you treat and deal with the people
That's-
around you.
Yeah,
That's
you
what's
should-
Character is
Yeah.
number one.
One.
Let me tell you, integrity is expensive. Friendship is expensive. When I say that, people go, friendship is expensive. Yeah, because let me tell you something. Being a real friend is a responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like being responsible for other people, don't be friends. Because if you don't take responsibility for the people in your life, you're not a friend.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay? Bottom line, integrity is expensive. That's why so few people can afford it. I say a lot. One thing I will tell you about me, those people that have never met me, is I'm a person you're either gonna like me or dislike me. At the job, I'm the spokesman.
Yep.
See, I'm the guy that will stand up and go, that doesn't make sense. Why do we have to do that?
Right.
It has to make sense. You know what good judgment is? Good judgment is when you make a decision, regardless of what anybody thinks, you make a decision if somebody calls you on it. If you can explain specifically why you took steps A, B, C, D, E, you've used common sense. You lack common sense when somebody calls you on the decision you make and you go, you don't know why you made it.
Correct. So, Andy,
Yes.
we want you to talk to us about the 43rd Chamber, that famous store on 43rd Street.
Which started on 42nd Street
Yes, it started on
in a
42nd.
little newsstand
Correct.
by the subway.
Correct. Ended up on 43rd and 8th.
Yes.
And it became a famous little
Yes.
shop for martial arts connoisseurs.
But
Talk to us about
But
that.
a great place for meeting great martial arts fans.
Right on.
Now, what year was this that you discovered that store? What year was that? About 70s, 80s, 90s?
Let me see. 88, I discovered the chamber.
Oh,
Wow, okay.
Yes.
So that's when you started attending that.
Yes, because I worked at the Vanderbilt YMCA on 47th and Lexington.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I used to walk to the 43rd chamber from there every day.
Explain what that place was like for those who have never been
Okay.
there, because I never been. I know you met Hector there a few times.
Yes. I know Andy. 35 years.
Yes.
From there.
Yes.
From the 43rd chamber.
Wow.
See, a lot of people are watching this video
Yes.
or this interview. They think that I just know Andy like,
No.
a couple of months.
No.
I know Andy 35 years
Yes.
before I got married.
Yeah.
I knew Andy.
Hector knew me when I dressed in black all the time.
Yes.
And I was very serious. And I spoke to very few people.
Correct.
In order for you to get me to speak to you, you have to earn my respect.
Dig it.
Not that I
Yeah.
put myself on a pedestal. What it is character is important.
Yeah.
So I watch your interaction with other people so I can see the real you. Then I make a decision if you're somebody that I need to know.
That's how it is. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
And I'm still the same way to this very day.
Yes.
I'm just a little more lighthearted.
Yes. And we're honored.
Follow the
Yes,
same
we are.
principle.
We're honored that not only do we know each other for so many years, but that you've opened up your doors to your home.
Yes.
To allow us. Not many people come into this home. So we're very
Yeah, we
blessed
are,
and honored.
Manny. Thank you
we
so much.
appreciate that.
So what happened is, one day I was coming from work, I was passing this little newsstand, and then I saw the VHS tapes and stuff.
Back then, VHS.
So I went to the gentleman, I looked around, and I said, you have a lot of good stuff, but I'm looking for one specific movie. He said, what is that? I said, you won't be able to help me. He said, what is it? I said, you can't help me. He said, tell me what it is. I said,
Let me see if I guess. Just to make the video a little more
yes.
fun. Was it a Wang Yu film?
No.
Okay, I give up.
I was looking for the Deadly China Doll.
Oh, yeah.
Angela
Angela
Mao!
Mao!
We're gonna come see you in a little while for some lunch.
Wow.
And he said, I have a copy. It's not the best,
Yeah, always. It's never the best of the
but you can see it.
Yeah.
And I said, do you have it here? He said, no, but I'll have it for you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. When I came the next day, he had Deadly
Yeah.
China Doll.
Nice. On VHS.
Yes.
Yeah.
On VHS, before DVD.
Before DVD, that was hard
This
to
is
get those
during
back in the
those-
day. Yeah.
The DVD time,
Yeah.
VHS times.
So I came the next day, and I gave him a 1970 blaxploitation poster Shaft.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Richard
nice.
Brown.
An original.
1971?
Yes, original. As a gift for having Deadly China Doll.
Nice.
You know how much that poster is worth today,
Oh,
Andy?
Listen,
You know how much
I wish
an
you-
original?
I wanted
do you
him to.
think?
I wanted him to be here today.
Try to find him, on Facebook so you can get your poster
I
back.
wanted him to be here
What do you think
today,
it's worth?
but he had to
$300?
work.
About $500-600.
500-600.
Yes,
Wow.
this gentleman here. I wanted him to come today because he's off on Saturdays, but this
Oh.
particular Saturday's work. I wanted you and Hector to
Oh,
meet
that
him
would have been nice.
because
I met him twice.
He wanted to tell you guys how we met.
Oh,
The
okay.
way he met me, he
Yeah.
met me in the 43rd chamber.
43rd
You know how
chamber, there you go.
He came into the 40th chamber looking for the original Enter the Dragon poster.
Woohoo!
1973.
Carried all that kind of
No,
stuff.
they
No,
didn't
they
have
didn't,
it.
right? No.
I was in the 43rd chamber
was
buying
it
movies.
mostly
Buy movies.
videos and movies in the 40th
Yes,
chamber?
but they had some blaxploitation
Okay,
posters.
okay.
They had like
Okay.
two sides.
Yes.
Okay.
Kung Fu and Blaxploitation.
Oh, okay.
That's all they
But
said.
it was mostly movies and
DVDs.
VHS.
And posters.
And posted.
And he had a shelf with lobby cards.
Oh, lobby
The
cards
original
too. Oh,
Asian
nice.
lobby cards.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I bought so many Shaw Brothers posters there.
Oh, wow.
Got them for like $10 each.
Because you were big on the Shaw Brothers, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Andy,
So-
you don't have any Shaw Brothers posters here?
I gave them all away.
The Chinese
Listen,
posters?
I wish my friends was here right now.
Amazing.
They would tell you, when you ask a question, they will say, he gave that away. He
Oh
gave
my
this away.
goodness.
But how we met is,
Those are treasures.
I was in the
Yeah.
chamber buying some movies.
Uh-huh.
He came into the chamber and he asked Mr. Woods, do you have the original poster of Enter the Dragon? Woods said, I wish I did.
Yeah.
I was in the chamber at the corner looking over some VHS.
Right.
I turned around and I said, excuse me, you looking for the poster of Enter the Dragon? He said, yes, the original. I said, come back Tuesday. I have it for you.
Amazing.
He said,
Sure.
Really.
Woods
didn't say nothing. Woods knew me.
Right.
So it was when he came back that Tuesday, he walked in, I was in the corner. He almost passed out.
Amazing.
What I did was, I brought him Fist of Fury, Chance Connection, Return Dragon, Enter the Dragon.
All the original one sheets.
Wow, nice, man.
And I gave it to
Back
him.
in the day, getting those.
We've been friends ever since.
Mint.
Wow.
Damn.
Man.
Good stuff.
All the Enter Bay Bruce Lee's,
Yeah.
even the quarter scale, they were gifts.
Came from it. Wow.
Wow.
They were gifts.
Well,
to
you
me.
guys are more like brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yes.
like a friendship that has developed into brotherhood. So
He gave me this Fushan.
that's a beautiful piece up there too.
It's
man.
the only one he owned.
Wow.
The only one he owned.
Wow.
He gave it to me. Yes.
Now-
That's how we met.
That's amazing, bro.
So, Mr. Woods.
Charles Woods. The
Charles
man.
Woods.
Was he the owner of the store?
No, he's the
Shaw.
one.
Okay.
Shaw.
Worker there. Manager, yeah.
Yeah.
Shaw was the owner.
Shaw,
Okay.
But Woods was the people person, the
Right,
PR guy,
right.
the one with the knowledge.
Now, how often did you visit that store? Because I know when I was a
I
kid,
went every Wednesday.
you did?
I went every Sunday and Tuesday.
See that?
And I would stay at the store all day.
All day,
Hector used
yeah.
to come,
Yep.
and Hector had to go.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Hector used to buy his stuff, meet everybody, but he had to go. He was not able to hang out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
be there the whole day.
Yeah.
Tuesdays
That's
I left
funny.
work, and I stayed till closing. Sunday,
Wow.
you always found me at the chamber.
Isn't that
It was
funny?
the best crowd.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
best crowd.
Yeah.
And at the chamber, I was known as the guy. If you knew martial arts and you thought you were good, they would tell you, try Bovell.
Oh.
And I was the guy.
Try Bovell.
You know the park that used to be on 42nd Street? They used to have a park.
It's called.
It's still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the stop after Rockefeller.
Yeah. I forget the name of the park.
Brian
Park. Brian
There were
Park.
occasions where somebody came into the chamber, was disrespectful with Mr. Woods and them.
Oh.
Then issued a challenge to me.
Oh, wow.
And people would tell them, he's gonna come.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they would tell them. That's why I wish my friends were able to come.
Wow.
That's okay. Well,
So people would tell them, he's gonna come, he's gonna come. So he's not gonna come, and I would come. I would show up. Once a challenge was issued, I would come.
wow.
I didn't care if he was big, small, muscular, I would come.
Would you literally fight them, Andy? It got to that point?
It was up to them.
Right.
So what I would do is, I would tell the person, we can do whatever you want to do, however you want to. So sometimes they would say, and they would make plans, and I would tell them, no, that's not necessary. I'm here right now. Let's go to the park.
Correct.
Keep it
Why
legal.
wait until tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I would open the door.
For them to step out.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So they made the decision whether they were going to do it or not.
I learned something very powerful. A man can have 99% confidence if he has 1% doubt.
It's all over.
That doubt stops.
It's
him
all
every
over.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over.
I learned that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Usyk said that the other day.
Yeah.
The
So
boxer Usyk that fought with
he
Fury.
said the same thing.
He says, I know what I'm capable of, but if there's a little ounce of fear in me, I'm gonna lose the fight.
Yeah. So you, by opening the door, you kind of saw whether they had that
Yes.
little bit of doubt. Now, did most take you up on it? Did most say, you know what, it's not necessary, and they backed down?
Two did,
Took you up on it?
yes, and I sparred them without making any contact.
Wow. Just to
One-
show them your ability.
One thing I learned, you know when you see Bruce Lee doing demonstrations and demos on people?
Yeah.
Yes.
For those watching, it takes more discipline, more self-control to do a demonstration without contact than to physically hit people.
Wow.
And that goes for anybody. One thing about me, I'll tell folks, is I don't do scared. Now,
And you know what I do? I go,
here's the thing, Hector. Here's the thing. I do this even when I train guys, when I train people. The best student I ever had was a young man named Gerard Desir. He was 5'7". He's now a student of Danny's. Danny
Danny
Feliciano. No, he's a student of
Oh,
Danny Feliciano.
Danny,
friend,
I know
your
Danny for
friend.
years.
The thing that I loved the most about teaching this young man, he was 5'7", not the biggest guy.
Bruce Lee's height.
Yes.
5'7.5".
He had a toughness,
Wow.
a mental toughness. I've worked with guys that was super built, street fighters. They're not scared of anybody. They're not scared of the police. And there's certain exercises they can't pull off.
Wow.
There's certain limitations
Wow.
they have. This young guy, 5'7", maybe like 135, 40 pounds. This was the toughest guy I ever trained. Anything I put in front of this guy would do it.
He would do it, yeah. I like
He
that.
would do it no
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
what. One time he was being bullied by a friend of mine that was a very good seasoned Muay Thai fighter. Fought in the ring, and he kept bullying my student. One day, he humiliated my student in front of me. I did not say anything. And I went to my student and I said, listen, this guy is going to keep bullying you as long as you keep taking it. Then I said, it's not about winning.
Correct.
It's not about winning the fight.
Right.
I said, my father taught me this. If you walk around with your hands around your ankle, somebody's going to kick you in the ass. So I told him, I said, you are a strong guy. You're mentally tough. And I said, stand up to him, accept his challenge.
Beautiful.
He said, you really think I could do it? I said, yeah, you can do it. So we set up a sparring match in my basement.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened. My friend was bigger, stronger, more experienced, more seasoned as a fighter. When the sparring started, he hit my student with a side kick to the stomach. Beautiful side kick. And dropped him to his knees.
Oh,
Took all the wind out of him.
wow.
And you know what he did? And he got up and the veins was popping in his neck.
Woo! That's beast
And he
mode.
stood there and he fought my friend.
That's how you do it.
He fought my friend. And the first time he made contact, my friend said,
What?
he couldn't believe he
Yeah.
actually touched him. Once he realized he made contact,
That's it. It was over.
he said,
I love that story. Yeah.
when it was over, I told him, you sparred him, you were hurt, you survived. Now you know you can get through a physical situation without dying. Don't ever let anybody step on you.
There you go, man.
Beautiful,
Good lessons in
beautiful,
life,
beautiful.
Andy.
It changed
Very
him.
good.
It changed him. Danny will tell you he's one of the best students he has.
Wow.
How old is he now?
Gerard,
Yeah,
52.
52.
Wow.
Fairly young man still.
52.
So,
and still doing his
still doing his thing. Yeah, man.
thumb push-ups and everything. Goes to Danny 3 times a week.
So let's do this, Andy. Let's talk a little bit about your Foshan statue.
Oh, my
because,
beauties.
Because I want to just let people know the kind of passion you have for these statues that are behind you.
Yes.
And I've asked you numerous questions about giving all your collectibles away and how do you
Yes.
part with them. And one thing you used to tell me is you go, Charles, I can give my entire collection
Yes.
away, and one thing I would never give away
Is the Fushan.
ever is the Fushan statues. Now,
Yes.
now, why is that, and why are these so special to you?
Okay. When the Fushans came out, the first time I saw the Fushans was in 1984. I I was living in.
Stay tuned for part 3 as we dive into Andy Bovell's top collectibles, his Foshan Bruce Lee statues, and then join us for his Bruce Lee room tour, which also includes some Marvel collectible surprises that I know you will love, and much more coming soon.